the shots that I take, about the ankles I break, about the hits that I make, it's just more to the game. It's more to the game. It's just more to the game. It's just more to the game.
What's up, everybody? It's Big Trey, and today is the day I've been waiting on for so long. It is the beginning of the Business Athlete segment series. I got my partner here, Lysander Bracey, aka Lottie Dottie, aka Young Swaggy, aka the star of the Life is Lottie vlog series.
Lottie.
So, with this segment here, we're going to be teaching you guys about business and personal finance. I'm going to be trying to educate my guy, Lie, on some things. So as he learns, everyone else should be able to learn. And we're going to try to have fun with this. And yeah, so let's get into it. So Lie, you know me and you've been talking about this for a minute. This is how the channel really started. I had the idea of doing this. And today is the day. So with that being said, let's just talk a little bit about, you know, what it is to be a business athlete or what we're trying to make it be. Because I personally feel like being an athlete is a great thing. I love playing basketball. I love being in shape and all that stuff. But there's also a lot of stuff that comes along with that.
Right.
It's a trap that you sometimes fall into. And one of those things is the trap of thinking that you're going to go to the NBA, NFL, whatever, and then when you don't make it, you didn't set yourself up for other things in life. So I would just ask you, what do you feel about that, about the trap of being an athlete, and you know how a lot of guys have this one-track mind, they don't make it, and they end up having nothing to fall back on?
I feel like is something that's very, I'd say, normalized with the athlete. You know, a lot of guys grow up and a lot of people tell them, oh, you can make it to the league, or you're going to do this. And people don't really tell them how realistic or how unrealistic that actually is. Because I think it's less than 1% or at 1% guys make it to the NBA or NFL. So the percentages are really small. And I just think it's very important to have a plan B. I mean, some people don't grow with the knowledge of knowing that they need a plan B, whether that's getting into business, whether that's having whatever backup plan it is you need. I think that should be taught once you get on campus, like once you get to college, once you get around those guys, like your coaches. I feel like somebody should be in your ear about that, because they've seen it and they've, you know, had kids come through and they've seen kids fall short. So I feel like that should be implemented within whatever it is that they're doing on the team.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely crazy how it can be so like a setup at the same time. So you know, speaking about that, so it's like I feel like you have to. I forgot who said it, but you have to be a businessman instead of being a business. You know, college specifically, you know, it's billions of dollars being made off of you know when we played in college or anybody that's played in college off our backs, and you don't get any of that. You know,
you don't get anything.
Like it's millions of dollars going to coach contracts, billions of dollars going to the NCAA, but you don't get any of that. So
not a dime.
You definitely got to be aware of that. And how do you feel about having played your years in college and not really got anything out of it besides, you know, a cost per attendance check or a pill?
Honestly, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, you know, because you have such an impact when you're on that campus with the community, because people are coming to watch you play night in, night out. You have an impact on that community that you're there or you're around. Not just the community, you have a huge impact on that school, and they're selling tickets off of your name and off your hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that you're putting in, and you can't even get a small piece of that. So I feel like that should make a lot of student athletes pretty angry.
I feel like college in general is kind of a scam when it comes down to the pricing. Like I know we went to Hampton. Obviously, we was on basketball scholarship, so we didn't have to pay. But our fellow Hamptonians having to come out of pocket for over $40,000 to don't have a scholarship. Now that's crazy. That's
a lot, bro.
I couldn't
do it. I wouldn't.
No way. It's just no way. I mean, obviously, I loved Hampton. I had a great experience there, but $40,000 is definitely not worth it, bro.
No, it's not. No, out of pocket. Like, and some people weren't even getting help. A lot of people weren't getting loans or anything, you know. And then, I mean, some people their living conditions were pretty bad as well. You know how that goes. So,
yeah.
You paying $40,000 for stuff. Hey, you had experiences now.
Man, hold on. Let me tell you about my experience, man.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. This was the first year La was at Hampton, my sophomore year, and we were staying in this dorm called Pierce Hall.
R.I.P. to Pierce, man. They knocked that down, man.
I'm so glad they knocked it down. Because my sophomore year, it was so bad in that building. That building was so old that people's parents come back there when they come on campus. They say they stayed in there. I'm like, wow, it's over. I think it's some years old probably. It might have been older than that. But when I was in there my sophomore year, because we stayed in there my freshman year and sophomore year. When I was in there, it got to a point where a 7-foot hole fell out of the roof right by the foot of my bed. Like literally just fell out because of the rain and mildew or whatever it was. And then I left that room and went up to the top floor, and I had a room by myself. But the AC didn't work in the spring. Woo! The heat didn't work in the winter in the building or that floor. I forgot if it was there or not. And basically in the winter, I was sleeping in a bubble coat and full sweats. In the spring, I was sleeping butt ass naked. Sweating, having to have the windows open, man.
Oh my God.
And if I was paying $40,000 or $30,000 or whatever it is,
I'd be pissed.
I would be
pissed.
Oh my gosh. No, there's no way. There's no way. And on top of that, when the leak happened and the hole fell out, in the first room, some of that got into my Xbox at the time, and it leaked.
I forgot about that part.
And I didn't even get anything out of that. It was gonna be like a whole process that nothing was gonna happen. So anyway, I definitely think college is overpriced, and it's definitely not worth what they say it is. But to go on with that, it's also a lot of useless majors that as athletes that you get put into.
They just want you out there. Yeah,
literally, like you might, as an athlete, a student athlete in college, this is the things that you might hear about, but they don't really tell you, is that they'll do whatever they can to keep you eligible. They'll put you in whatever classes, they'll give you whatever GPA to keep you eligible. And then when you get done, you might even have the right credits to graduate, or when you get done, you can't even use that major. So
you can't get that to get a good job. You can't even use it. Like they'll put you in what is it? Is it liberal? Which one is it?
Yeah, you got liberal studies and
like history and
it's just basic any type of class.
They'll just throw you in there just so you can get that 2.5 or whatever it is to be on that court. They don't care about they might say they do, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think they care.
You can't. What are you going to use that for? Like, what are you going to do with that?
It's really nothing. I feel like you gotta getting a free education is great, but you gotta take advantage of that. You gotta get something out of it, even if it's not a major that leads directly to a job. At least you have the opportunity to build some connection and have some understanding, so you can do whatever you want to do independently, or whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, so that's another big part of it is networking. That comes into play big time. Being able to network.
And as an athlete, sometimes I know I felt like it's kind of hard to really network with everybody because you don't really get to operate on the same schedule as everyone else. You don't get to build those same connections, and you're sort of like pushed into just having certain type of friends, just like your basketball friends or football friends or your athlete friends. You're not really put in a situation where you're networking to where it can help you, outside of sports.
Right. That's right. I agree with that 100% though.
Yeah. So how it usually ends up is you go play your 4 or 5 years, whatever it is, and then you graduate with either a degree you can't use or a degrure you don't get a degree at all.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
Yeah, because that happens a lot.
Might not even get it.
And then once you're done, it's like what's next. You really don't have a clear vision of what you're gonna do next. And it's like you just got used for the coaches or whatever. They got their money. NCAA got their money. The school got their money, and they're advertising.
What did you get?
You get literally. You didn't get anything. Nothing at all. So it's crazy. So that's why we're bringing you guys this segment called a Business Athlete segment. It's going to be a running series between me and La. Today was just the intro to sort of educate people on what it means to be a business athlete. You know, you don't want to get caught in the trap of being the business. You want to get on.
It's hard to get out of that too once you're in there. It's difficult to get out of that trap.
Yeah. So we're gonna be bringing you guys content. I'm gonna be explaining different elements of financial literacy to a lot, and we're gonna have fun with it. And yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else you gotta say to the?
Oh wait! Before this is a black-owned business here. Okay, case closed. My man, hey, Jeff Too Smooth on Instagram. Okay, go check him out.
Okay,
doing good work. Got a few shirts now. All right. And it's reflective. This is reflective.
Okay.
So I'll keep an eye out for him, man. He's doing big stuff. He's doing real big. All
right, bet. So you have a link to that. Hope you guys tune in to the next episode where we'll be breaking down the first elements of what it is to be a business athlete. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you soon.